What up, everybody? This is Carlos, the Texas Squeegee, and we're back. All right, so today is truck day here at Texas Tint Masters. Now we have a large Tesla following. A lot of people think that we do nothing but Teslas, but we actually do every kinds of year, make, model vehicle. Today just happened to be trucks. We're doing nothing but trucks today except for one Mercedes. And we got this one, which is a Texas-sized truck fit for the Texas Squeegee lined up. So we got a ton of work to do, a lot of redos and ceramic tint and everything like that, with a lot of cool stuff packed in this episode for you. So with all that work lined up, let's get tinting. This right here is called the eyebrow strips. Some people call them a lot of other names, brow strips, solar strips. They're not called chicken strips though. The customer dropped this one off and we needed to figure something out with this. So what we did is we uploaded the picture. We took a picture, uploaded it to the Tint Wiz app. One of the things that we can do on the Tint Wiz app, this is a project attachment where you can select pictures. I'm gonna click on that one. And you see right there, this is where we had it before. Our installer Alfredo, you see right here, tagged Jennifer, our receptionist, finalized with customer. Eyebrow placement is currently at 1/4 inch lower than AS1. Which what happened was the customer actually came in person to see it, and we actually adjusted it from that one. So had we not done that, we would have done an eyebrow that he probably wouldn't have been happy with. But by doing this, it allows us to better serve our customers with getting exactly what they want. This thing still has glue that's left, so I'm gonna spray it down. One way that you can do it for people watching back home is you use a degreaser. When you have glue like this on the glass, you can sort of see it right here. We actually got a sample from a company called Formula 99, and this actually works really, really good. If you start to see right here, you see how that's starting to melt down? Since we can't scrape this because of the defrosters, I usually get like a towel. Man, I got the fumes already coming burning in my eyes. Should probably wear some eyewear. Pretty much got that off without really having to scrape it. I'm gonna go with the scrubber. I like using these blue ones because these blue ones don't scratch. And one way here is just kind of use every which way pattern, you know, like side to side, up, down, all around. I'm gonna spray it. And when you spray it, you wanna put a little bit extra at the top because you wanna think of doing the top like you're flushing any contaminants down, and even down on those edges right here. One of the things I always joke around with the guys here is when you clean a window, think of it like wiping a butt crack. If you wipe it up here and there's still smudge, you wipe it again until there's no smudge, right? That's, everybody remembers. It's kind of silly, but people remember it. Haters are probably disliking the video saying, why are you using so much water? Oh my God, you're gonna, we need more water on Earth. The Earth is gonna dry up. But this is actually, you need a lot of water because the tint is really, really sticky. And if the tint sticks before it's ready, before you want it to stick, you gotta start over. And that means a lot more water. So all I'm doing right here is I'm just peeling, spraying, and slapping them on there. So here we go. Once you have it on here in place, no light gaps around, you hold it and then you squeegee. Make sure you got enough water. Now that I got it in there, we start going all the way around. I think, hold on, we might have got this one. Did we? Hold on. This might be on the outtakes, because I think he got the wrong thing.
Bro!
Damn, I think he cut the wrong shade. Made me do a whole ass tutorial on the wrong film. Did you, what shade did you cut for this back?
5%.
It's 20. So the customer wanted to come in and get the backwoods to match the front. The backs are factory smoked. So in order to get the back to match the front, we have to do a lighter on the back. So it was accidentally put in as a 5% back there, which 220, it should be a 20 because the factory is 20. When you add another 20, it equals a 5, which is what it has on the front. So just gave everybody a world-class tutorial on how to do these windows, and I got to do it again. This hurts. So with Tint Wiz, there's so many things you can do on the Tint Wiz app. We're still figuring out how to best incorporate it here in the shop. It seems like the more we figure it out, the more efficiently things run. So I forgot to put on my Lucky Charm tinter brand. Something was off. I knew something was off. I was coming up here and I'm like, man, something just doesn't feel right. Now I feel complete. Tinter. Tint man just finished tinting this window. Shooting my lasers. Bing, bing. Oh shit. My bad. How many of that gone to the other? This one is this Mercedes we got lined up right now. This one, the first thing that we'll do is we go open it up on the Tint Wiz app here. And now right here we have the work notes, the installation right here. This is the work order. We're doing removal, reinstallation, 20% on the front, 5 on the rear. We're doing a visor strip, also known as an eyebrow, on the front windshield. Now we're doing some ceramic coatings. What we do here is I pull it up on my phone using the app, the Tint Wiz app. I pull it up, it's gonna look something like this right here. So what I'm doing is now I'm gonna click on check in and click on yes. And now this is showing that the vehicle has already, the process is already being started and we're removing the tint right now. So one of the things, that's what Pete's doing over here. So let's go take a look at what he's got going on. So everybody, this is Pete right here.
How are you?
If you guys been at like a very, very long time since day one fan, you might recognize him. He's been with us in the past.
I've been working for Texas Tint Masters about less than 6 months, but I did it beforehand whenever the shop was small and in the flea market. And I did it for them about less than 2 years, but still a good amount of time. We used to have only 2 parking spaces that we would rent out or they would rent out. And now we have a shop having everything at your accessibility so you can do your job better. And that's what we've been really doing. Really looking forward to getting down the line and learning a little bit more from the company, from Carlos, from the guys, Alfredo and Eric themselves. It's gonna be really cool, especially coming from the flea market to now to looking to the future.
He just came back from his nap, AKA lunchtime.
Yeah, I haven't cut any of these yet.
No. All right, so out of all the windows, this one right here is the one that's the worst because you can see all the bubbles right here. Now the reason why this happens, this is called adhesive failure, which means when the adhesive or the glue on the film gets burnt up, it starts to sort of boil the film in a way because there's nothing to hold that film to the glass anymore, so you start having blotches. Cheap tint tends to do this because cheap tint ain't good and good tint ain't cheap. But we're gonna replace this one with a XPEL XR black ceramic, so it's designed to not do this for a super, super long time, ensuring that this is not gonna happen for the next 5-10 years, man. Really, it's gonna last a super long time.
Basically what I'm doing is I'm running across the window, the glass itself, with the steam just to get the equal steam across the whole thing to remove all the old tint. But this one's coming out really nice. It's leaving no glue left over. It's so even. I really like this one. This one's coming out really nice.
All right, so you guys have already seen our returning hire, Pete. He was been with us before, spent some time off, is now back with us again. And there's actually one member in the staff that's not here. His name's Eric. Some of you guys remember him from our previous vlog. He actually called in this morning. He couldn't make it, but I think he's at home making cupcakes. He's probably home making cupcakes. Probably making cupcakes. Knowing him, he's probably getting like strawberry cheesecake. I want to get a cupcake too, to be honest. Anyways, so we got a new member in the staff here. We had to upgrade because old ways won't open new doors. So if you guys take a look right here, this is Graphy, the GraphTech plotter. This is a 60-inch. The one that we had previous was a 40-inch, so it was about to like right here. This one's a full 60-inch right there. This allows us to do so much more than the previous one. The reason why we needed to upgrade was because the previous one was misbehaving. So that's the name of the old plotter, is misbehaving with the apostrophe. It's actually sent it over to the corner. It's on timeout currently, thinking about what it has done wrong, because it's actually made us waste a lot of time and a lot of film. So now it's over there thinking about what it's doing and probably getting jealous because we're doing this one right here now. So this one's getting more airtime for you guys and the viewers watching back home. So old ways won't open the doors, and it's a new door right there. Old door over there on timeout.
Yeah, so right now I'm basically setting up the plotter to have the right parameters so that once I send the print message, it'll basically print out everything exactly how we need it within the set limits. So gotta make sure everything's nice and well adjusted, but once everything's good to go, just gotta bring it up, hit plot, and there she goes.
So hand cutters always talk shit about plotter users because of this. They always say, they'll bring this out and I'm like, yeah, this is more reliable than the plotter. I never have issues. Like, oh, this is whatever. And I'm like, yeah, dude, you ride your horse to work every day too? So this is a Silverado we're doing. This one is getting a full ceramic tint package, which when you do the full package, it covers the entire full front windshield, 4 doors, and the rear windows. So right here, I'm gonna pull up the work order to see exactly what we're gonna do. So, pulling it up on the Tint Wiz app, this is getting 20% on all the doors in the rear, 70 on the front windshield. One of the ways that customers can actually see how the vehicle will look before we ever even start on it, you can actually go to our website at texastintmasters.com. There's a tint simulator that you can use so you can see exactly how the vehicle will look all before we even start on it. It's available at our website at texastintmasters.com. Oh, Tint Wiz, official Tint Wiz shop. Let's see what we got. Tint Wiz, Christmas came late or early. I would say early, right? It's 2021. We got some beanies, Tint Wiz merch beanies right here. Let's see what else we got. All right, so here let's see what we got. This one right here. It's Orlando 2021 tint off. Hold on.
You got no eyebrow.
What's a large? Yeah, I represent Tint Wiz. Tint Wiz, thank you very much. This is a Tint Wiz merch right here that we got. Oh, you know what this would actually go good with? Let's put it on our newest member. Let's go check it out. There we go. Tint Wiz, thank you very much. Very, very highly appreciated from the staff here at Texas Tint Masters, and look forward to seeing what you guys are just gonna send. More coming up next.
It was a little bit more dry than usual.
The next part is to mold it because the film is perfectly flat, but the glass isn't. So we have to shrink the excess tint to form it to the shape of the glass. And that's what this looks like right here. Once we put some heat on there, watch how it's gonna start to just lay down. This process looks simple, by the way, but that's what happens whenever you've been doing this for as long as I have. Oh man, I can't really see what the hell's going on. And lifting this, so we can still lift the whole thing back.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, I think This one might be kind of. No, that had to have been there. What happened is that this windshield was scratched, and I thought that the tint was scratched, so we took the tint off to redo it. When we took the tint off, it revealed that the scratch was actually on the glass, so we are having to redo the tint when we didn't have to in the first place. But before we do that, I'm going to take a picture of this damage so we can upload it on the project notes as a file, as an attachment on the Tint Wiz app before we start working on this, so that we can notate that this is actually damage on the glass before we start it. That is not going to be on the tint. It's the actual glass itself that has these scratches on there. So we thought the tint was damaged, so we redid it, which kind of set us back. And we still have another Ford Ranger. We've got a 2 front, and we got a full Mercedes that we got to do with some ceramic coating jobs on it. Technically 3 hours to go. So we're under orders by the Texas Squeegee to be on John Wick mode. We got to get up to speed. We're a little bit behind schedule. We got a lot of work to do, so let's get started. All right, so we finished this one up. Luckily, DEFCON mode got us all up back to schedule right here. So let me give you guys a walk around about what we did on this one. So this had the old tint on it that it was just no good. It was already kind of turning purple. The back one was bubbling, had no heat protection. So we took this one all the way off, put it back on there, and we got the edges sealed up a lot better than the one that it had on there before. This is the back one. This is a limo tint. So if you can see, once I close the doors, you might be able to see through because of the other door still open. Once you close it up, it's completely dark. Now this back window was the worst one. This one had all the bubbles I had on there before. We took this one off. It wasn't the easiest to take off. However, once we pulled it all the way off, cleaned it all the way up really, really nice, and then put the film on it. Now it looks a whole lot better, a whole lot cleaner. So this concludes this install. We're finishing this one up. It's got the ceramic. This one tested 93.9% heat rejection on the doors. All right, so that concludes the installs for today here at the shop. So we're gonna close up, call it a day. We got a few little details, but then after that, we're done closing up the shop. Next episode, you guys do not wanna miss it. We are having special guests coming down from across state lines. We're having some corporate people, some special guests that a lot of tinters out there might actually know. So make sure you stay tuned for the people coming in. We're having a jam-packed next episode. Is gonna be like top of the line best one that we have had on the show so far. So this has been Carlos, the Texas Squeegee, signing off, and I'll see you on the next one.